Hi and welcome from Norway. I'm here with my friend Nicolas. He arrived actually yesterday. Maybe some of you already know him. We already did some videos on my channel, mostly about Nikon gear actually. But today we want to talk about something completely differently, and this was that we went actually snorkeling for the puffins. And yeah, it was quite an experience, and maybe you can talk a bit how all of this happened, how you had the idea, and about the equipment that we have here with us.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, it was last year at around this time, I think, where I went to like this bird island, full of puffins, guillemots. Yeah, I think it's actually in the background. But just like normal wildlife photography, so long lens.
Yeah, I was there last week.
Above
for
the
same.
water, just took loads of images. But then I noticed like the water is quite clear here. And when I came back from the island with the boat, I kind of saw all the guillemots diving underneath the boat. And then I was like, yeah, I think I have to try to get some images of those like actually underwater, because I think like a lot of the time they spend is actually underwater. So
yeah, because many birds spend a lot of time searching for food, right?
Yeah,
and
so
they are searching for food
it's
under
kind
the
of
water.
a huge story actually for them, but we're kind of missing some of it. So yeah, it was like a kind of an idea in my head for quite a while, and I was looking for options how I could do it. And then a couple of weeks ago, I was here for a tour with some people, and then I met some people here, some locals, and then I got talking about this project that I had, and then I kind of got the opportunity, and I wrote you that if we come back here, we might have the chance to go snorkeling with them, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah, it was funny because it was the first time that I ever used a dry suit, and the first time basically in the Arctic Ocean, so it's quite something. But it was not as cold as I expected. I mean, of course, my gloves got wet. You have better ones. My gloves got a bit wet. They got wet until here today, obviously the head. But overall, it was not too cold. It was fresh, and it got a bit. At some point, I felt a bit fresh in the water, but as soon as we saw the birds, I was warm again.
Yeah, I think like the entertainment and the adrenaline kind of helps with staying warm. But like especially when you get out the water, I think you kind of feel that it was kind of cold.
Yeah, you forget the time that you're in the water. Once there is bird around you, time just flies, and you forget that your body is maybe cooling down a bit. And
probably, for sure. I mean, it helps that you kind of have to just lie still in the water, so they approach you. I mean, we kind of try to get a bit closer to them, but that doesn't really work. So when you go in the water, like the first couple of minutes, it might be a bit cold, just because like there's cold water flowing into like the neoprene. Yeah. But then that stays kind of inside the cloth, and then you warm it up. So after some time, if you don't move, you kind of have a warm layer around you. And obviously the dry suit helps a lot as well. But yeah, still like after 20, 30, 40 minutes, it's still kind of, you lose quite a lot of energy, especially like around your head.
Yeah, and I basically took my GoPro, but you have a bit more professional setup here with the Z8 inside.
Yeah.
And then this new housing that you bought, so maybe you can talk a bit about that one.
So actually, before this project here, I used the D850, which is still a DSLR. But yeah, I kind of felt that I wanted to have more the ability to show movement as well, so kind of take some videos as well, which the D850, it does video for sure, but it doesn't really have the
good
AF for the autofocus for video. So that's why I decided to switch for this project as well, and it was kind of a good opportunity. The thing was, I've been like in quite a few projects and just came home quickly for half a day. Had this huge box at home with the new equipment. Kind of just quickly tried it out. Yeah, okay, it somehow works probably. Got back in the train to come up here. Yeah, so when I got up here, I kind of realized that it might not be perfectly sealed, which you have kind of this vacuum pump you can put in your housing and pump out all the air. And then if you check like after half an hour if it still has a vacuum, then it's perfectly sealed. Mine had like not the proper vacuum anymore, so I was like, okay, will be a bit interesting to see whether it holds up. I mean, we got lucky, so it still works. But still, there was some water coming in. Like for the first day, like after the hour, there was some water in front of the housing, which did hurt the images a bit, I think. So for the second day, I just added like all the silica shell that I had.
So basically, the whole front, this outer front lens was like foggy, right?
Yeah,
this was
it was
the issue
fogged up.
Yeah.
So I just added all the silica shell that I have with me, and now for the second day, I think was all fine. But I think when I get back, I need to check the housing if I can repair some stuff.
Yeah, and the video switch didn't work, which was quite ironic that this was the reason you bought the camera.
that was like the
housing.
second thing that didn't really work. I think when I get back and have some time, it will be just a project and going for all the buttons, looking whether they are sealed, and I will fix the switch for the video and photo mode as well.
What did you find the most difficult thing today when you were in the water taking pictures?
Especially, I was going like after backlit images a bit, and it's kind of interesting when they go up after like they've been some time in the water, they kind of just shoot up and they leave a trail of bubbles behind. And I had kind of this idea in mind that I could like show like the sun coming into the water with the sun rays, but also this guillemot like shooting up. But they always did it when they were quite far away, and then you have loads of particles in front, and it was kind of difficult to focus properly. So that was probably like the most difficult thing.
And you had like a shutter speed of what, 1/800? So was that?
Yeah, it was 1/800 of a second. So that is plenty, I think. Yeah. If you're wondering, I also have my flashes on here, but I didn't use them. That wouldn't really work with the fast shutter speed. And then the birds are also just too far away. So the flashes don't really add any light. It just illuminates all the scatter in front of the subject. So that doesn't really make sense. And it was also like sunny today, so there was plenty of light around.
I think if somebody's interested, we can link this model in the video description. I guess probably if you want to just try it once, it's not the thing I would buy immediately, because it's quite a costly part of the photography, of wildlife photography actually. But the results are very interesting, I think.
I think it kind of offers a new perspective, especially like for the birds. As I've said, it's like such a big part of their life is in the water, and you kind of just, I mean, you see it sometimes, but you don't really have images, so it's kind of a cool opportunity to get some new perspectives as well. But it's for sure an expensive piece of equipment if you just use it like for one image. Yeah. Maybe if you have some other ideas, if you go for a dive as well occasionally, then I think it's a more interesting option for sure.
Cool. Yeah, thanks a lot for the insights. And if you have questions for Nicolas about the underwater photography, maybe just put them in the comments, and then he can hopefully answer some of them.
For sure, yeah.
And maybe we can do another video from here, from Norway, about probably another topic, probably more on land photography.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching, and see you soon.